gold was discovered in 1849. Soon, pioneers flocked from the eastern United States into Northern California. In the fall of 1850, John Edgar Lockwood, a commercial hunter, sailed up the Petaluma Creek in search of wild game needed to satisfy the demand for meat in the growing city of San Francisco. Although General Vallejo had established his Petaluma adobe some 15 years earlier, Lockwood was the first European to settle in the area, building a butcher shop in what is now downtown Petaluma. People soon began to flood to Petaluma to take advantage of a pleasant climate and the rare fertility of the soil. Ranching, farming, and business relating to agriculture sprang up quickly. Wagons and carriages were being produced. Hides were being tanned to supply leather to saddlery and boot shops, and breweries were producing 81,000 gallons of beer, which required nearly 900 tons of barley to produce. The stables of San Francisco were buying every forkful of hay Petaluma could manufacture. There was a great need for farmers to produce livestock, food, and clothing in large quantities to meet local needs, as well as the never-ending demands of San Franciscans to send more of everything. The single most important factor in Petaluma's early success was the Petaluma River, which until 1959 was known as the Petaluma Creek. The river allowed us to transport huge quantities of goods by boat and barges to markets worldwide. Practically everything that was going to or coming from Sonoma County came through Petaluma. We became the third busiest river port in the entire state, and were known to all as the commercial metropolis of Sonoma County. In 1858, Petaluma incorporated and became a city. The following year, our first public school was constructed, an imposing brick structure on B Street. The same year, big steam engines were straightening the river to make passage to the San Francisco Bay safer and faster. With all modes of transportation centrally located in Petaluma, from railroad to stagecoach, it seemed that everything and everybody had to go through Petaluma to get where they were going. In 1864, I.D. Wickersham opened the first bank in Petaluma on the corner of Washington and Main Street, now Petaluma Boulevard. John McNear and his brother George erected a brick warehouse along the river's edge. A curious wooden box perfected and marketed by Petaluma poultryman Lyman By in September of 1879 was a warm air incubator that helped shape Petaluma agriculture for the next half-century. Up until that time, a mother hen could only hatch out 10 to 15 chicks each spring. But with the incubator, you could get hundreds, even thousands of hatchlings at any time of the year. Feed mills were working overtime to keep up with the 39 hatcheries in and around Petaluma. Drayage companies were putting on extra men to move chickens, eggs, and feed to market. Numbers like 7 million dozen eggs were coming out in newspapers and magazine articles about Petaluma. Entire trains were made up of nothing but Petaluma eggs. Our eggs were being shipped around the world. It was truly a golden era because not only were chickens doing well, but dairy cows were also thriving here, where the temperatures are mild year-round, and the cool morning marine layer of fog extended the life of native grasses and helped keep supplemental feed bills down. Agriculture was bringing great wealth to Petaluma, as noted by the fine architecture we enjoy in our city today. With such a rich agricultural heritage, people are now asking, was that it? Is it over? With traffic polluting the environment and houses encroaching into fertile farmlands, cutting our usable acreage every day, people are wondering if agriculture has run the gamut in Petaluma. Not at all. The future of agriculture here looks extremely bright. With diversification, we're experiencing new employment opportunities in ag-driven industries. When most people think of Petaluma agriculture, they have visions of cows grazing in the lush green countryside, or farmers in the field chopping silage, perhaps preparing the ground for yet another crop, or maybe mowing hay on some picturesque hillside. But the fact is, agriculture today extends far beyond the farm and includes people and processing, sales, trucking, lab work, computers, genetics, waste management, publishing, conservation, maintenance, and the list goes on. Because marketing and production are so complex in today's world, it takes an untold number of people who are familiar with agriculture to support any successful ag venture. Here are just a few of the many career opportunities available in agriculture in Petaluma. As you might imagine, everything begins on the farm. Our mild climate is perfect for raising dairy animals, beef cattle, sheep, poultry, grapes, olives, vegetables, hay, and flowers. The primary jobs are raising and caring for the crops and livestock on a day-to-day basis. There are also numerous opportunities in the network of goods and services necessary to operate a farm. Jobs can be found in feed mills, hardware and supply stores, equipment sales, service and repair, and the veterinary field. We have many unique agricultural businesses here in Petaluma. An olive ranch that produces award-winning olive oil and skincare products. Sheep and goat dairies, which produce exceptionally flavorful cheeses preferred by many gourmet chefs. Area wineries produce award-winning wine and beer. There are literally thousands of jobs in processing, assembly line work, quality control, and lab management to make sure the products adhere to strict industry standards. Chemists and biologists who do ongoing research developing new products and improving existing ones. Maintenance people who are skilled in electronics, mechanics, fabrication, and welding to keep the sophisticated equipment operating at peak efficiency. And waste management and sanitation engineers who are able to keep their companies within the parameters of more and stricter government regulations. The National Conservation Service works to improve, protect, and conserve natural resources on private land, which brings to mind employment opportunities in the political, public service, and regulatory segments of agriculture, like the UC Cooperative Extension Service, the Department of Water Resources, Fish and Game Departments, the Agricultural Commissioner's Office, and the Farm Bureau. Today's agriculture has spawned a group of professionals who specialize in agricultural services, like agricultural finance, insurance, real estate, law, and accounting. Ag aeronautics for planting and aerial mapping. Genetics, where embryo transplants and gene splicing are now common practice in improving livestock and plant production. Computer programmers design and write programs for operations large and small are in great demand, and with technology like the Internet, national and international markets can be accessed without ever leaving your home or office. Getting products to the consumer is an entire industry unto itself. Whether shipping and distribution is done by truck, train, boat, plane, or a combination of them all, it requires drivers, engineers, pilots, dispatchers, mechanics, parts and fuel specialists, order takers, product coordinators, route managers, warehousemen, inventory supervisors, special equipment operators, and a host of support personnel. Marketing ag products offers careers in advertising, journalism, video production, television, product demonstration, tourism, tasting room and gift shop management, sales and public relations representatives including such diverse fields as directing auction yard operations, managing local farm markets, agricultural fairs, and educational exhibitions. This is just a small sample of the career opportunities available in agriculture. As you can see, agriculture represents one of the fastest growing employment sectors in the world today. You have the opportunity to participate in local, national, or even international agricultural businesses in ways you never dreamed possible, and all without ever leaving Petaluma. Agriculture extends far beyond the farm, and it touches all of us in many different ways. Like the early agricultural pioneers, you now hold the key to the way agriculture will shape our lives and our cities in the future.